This YCN segment is brought to you by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist.
Welcome in, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide, and we are here as the Patriots have obviously won their 6th Super Bowl. The post-game talk has been going on for a couple days. We are going to get into that today. Obviously, we got some Celtics and got some Red Sox. Truck Day was earlier this week, and spring training is just a week away. It's going to be here soon. But first, we can't start the show without talking Patriots. Super Bowl 53 winners of that one. It wasn't as exciting as some people would say. We'll get your take on that. 13-3 the final. What do you have to say about that? It wasn't that exciting, but did you like the defensive battle? I mean, obviously they won, so that's the most important thing.
I mean, I was on the edge of my seat the entire game. I thought it was incredibly exciting. It was a close game the entire game. I mean, really, it was just a one-score game basically the entire game. Some of my friends who don't like either team said it was the most boring game they've ever watched. Yeah. And that was kind of how I think the nation felt if you weren't a fan of either team. But really, I mean, it was 3-0 at halftime. Right. I mean, you don't want to see these 3-and-outs, maybe one first down, and then you punt all these punts. That's not a good football game.
Right.
But the score was incredibly close. I mean, it felt like either team, it was just who was going to, kind of let up first. Because the defense from both sides was just relentless. And the Patriots defense, wow, that really surprised me.
Well, I mean, and like you said, if you're not a fan of either of these teams, it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
And the way the Patriots did it, they actually converted some first downs. They made some plays, and then they ended up punting, or Brady had the interception, whatnot.
Right.
But the Rams, they didn't do anything. I mean, they were literally 3-and-out every time. I think they were 1 for 9 in their first 9 drives.
Their first 8 drives were punts, definitely.
So, and then, of course, they had the long punt, and the announcers are celebrating the long punt.
Yep.
But after you get through that, you get the score, the nice couple of catches from Gronkowski on that drive, Sony Michel punching it in. Julian Edelman was great the whole game, and he wins MVP. We talked about it last week on the show, and I actually had picked Edelman as kind of not really a sleeper because he's not so much of a sleeper, but a lot of people were talking about Michel, or obviously the two quarterbacks, Gronk maybe Robert Woods, maybe Brandon Cooks. But Edelman, I mean, give him credit. Yeah, he didn't score a touchdown, but he was always there picking up the big plays. He's done it all season. It kind of seems like a culmination of what he's done all season to get MVP in the big game.
Can you imagine if this team didn't have Julian Edelman? Right. And especially, Amendola left before this season, so it would have really just been Gronk as his target. And when the Patriots lost Josh Gordon, that was really another option that Brady lost. So I can't imagine where the Pats would be without Julian Edelman. He had a huge game. Did he have 10 catches, I think?
140 yards or something?
He was just so clutch, and some people are talking about with that performance, he could be a Hall of Fame candidate. Because, a lot of receivers who have done what he has done have made the Hall of Fame. So a remarkable game by him, and it was really good to see Gronk have a big game. I think he had 6 catches. He had that big catch that set up the game-winning touchdown. Just a really good game by those guys. And really at times it felt like just with Gronk and Edelman as Tom's essential, just those 2 targets, it kind of felt like the defense would easily be able to shut him down. But somehow Edelman got open, Gronk got open when it mattered. Chris Hogan kind of struggled.
Yeah, he definitely had a bad
But I think it kind of just highlights how good of a game Julian Edelman had. I mean, the separation he was able to create was just unbelievable, and he was just such an easy target for Tom, because Tom was kind of struggling.
Yeah, he struggled in that game. That was clearly not one of Brady's best Super Bowls. So what surprised you more? Was it the lack of the offense that the Rams showed? I mean, Jared Goff was just absolutely atrocious. Or was it the fact that the Patriots hadn't put together a defensive game like this all season, and they wait for the final game against one of the best teams to finally do it?
I mean, both are shocking. The Rams have won almost all their games by double digits this year. It was really, at times, the best offense in football. But the way the Patriots defense, just all playoffs long, it's just been remarkable. I think that's the biggest surprise to me. Only holding them to 3 points. That offense, I know Todd Gurley was a little banged up. Jared Goff, he was really rattled. He wasn't ready for that stage. But just 3 points, that was remarkable to me. Once the Chargers came to Gillette Stadium, the team as a whole just became that regular Patriots playoff team that we know they can be, and the defense stepped up big time. So surprising, because they were the weakest link of this team all year long by far. Definitely.
And if you had told Jared Goff that, you're only going to score 3 points, they figured, well, that's going to be a blowout because they don't think the defense would only give up 13. And if you told Sean McVay, hey, you're only going to give up 13 points to this Patriots team. You think, okay, I'm going to win this game. I'll take it.
Definitely.
But, of course, that didn't happen. Now, quickly, they got 6 Super Bowl championships. Where does this kind of rank of the 6? I mean, it's up there because it was a defensive masterpiece, but not really that exciting when it comes to the actual game.
Probably somewhere in the middle. Most Super Bowls with the Pats, it's an offensive shootout. Tom Brady plays really well, and the defense falls apart.
Right.
Complete opposite in this game, but it just felt like the way the defense played out was kind of a miracle in itself.
Right.
I'm putting it kind of towards the middle. But if you look at the entire season, to me, as a Patriots fan, it's probably one of the best wins.
Yeah.
Because that regular season, I really had doubts this season. They've had so many better teams. That have not won championships than this team who won it all.
Yeah, that's the thing. This was probably the worst team of Patriots teams to win a championship, but they all came together and the defense played the best when they had to. So they got championship number 6, had the parade down in Boston earlier this week. We'll take a break, come back, talk some more Patriots and what they have to do next season to maybe keep this run going. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.